Good everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day. So what I'm going to do today, I will talk about user engagement. So now user engagement is a very important topic from any software usage perspective, right? Obviously, we are building software for the users, and it's very important to take the user engagement into consideration. The reason being, the user engagement will really tells you whether your software is a good software or not, right? Say, for instance, right? Let's take an example of the Salesforce, right? Now, Salesforce as a software is pretty simple to use. But that being said, sometimes certain things are not obvious, right? Say, for instance, you log into an org, right? I logged into org. If I show this to, say, um, my daughter, right? Say, my 80-year-old daughter, and she will look at it and she will say, I have no idea what it is, right? But yeah, but even for excuse me, if I show this to my partner who's not a IT person, she will look at it and she say, okay, I understand accounts, I do understand contacts, but what this is about, she might figure out, oh, something to do with the sales, which is great, right? Because at least by looking at it, you'll get some idea. But imagine if you want a user to actually use it, then if you show them, hey, look at the screen and figure out, then it can be challenging for the user, right? Because you need to onboard the user first of all. So you need to, show them what each tool is useful for, right? Say you need to tell them, hey, this is a sales app which usually involve accounts, involves contacts, involves leads. You know how and normally, when a person gets leads, how that get converted into contacts and accounts and opportunity. So those kind of things you need to explain to user to get comfortable. The first thing, right? The Salesforce provides you with uh, um, the training org, the trial org, or developer org, so you can log in and play with it, right? Which is the first good step, right? That's the first part of user onboarding process to the Salesforce ecosystem, right? They gave you a free org. You can try it, you can play with it, you can trash it, you can do whatever you want, right? That's the first step, right? So, but even then, you still need users to know how to go, what to use, what config to use, where to look for what, right? So that's the reason why Salesforce have a trailhead. So these are part of a user engagement. If you think about it from a Salesforce perspective, onboarding journey, right? Onboarding journey means a user getting comfortable using Salesforce. That's I'm thinking from that perspective, right? Even though you are a sales user or you're a super user, it doesn't matter, right? So people who wanted to learn Salesforce, obviously they have to register for a free trial org. That's a part of an onboarding process. And now, if they wanted to know more, they often go to the trailhead, right, where you can try different trails and win badges. And also within an org, right? Salesforce give you some tiny nuggets to help you out, right? So for instance, I have an account page, right? And if I wanted to change the look and feel of it, right, I can go here and I can go to edit page. Now you will find some interesting stuff under the edit page, right? Now, for instance, the help. It's taking some time to load. Help, right? You click here. Now you got more options here. You can take a tour, right? And tour will take you, hey, welcome to Lighting app page. Had a quick view overview of the app builders features, right? You can go next. It will take you more. So this is a part of excuse me. It's a part of a journey which helps user to navigate through this page, right? Which is great. And or if they wanted to do app builder help, you can also take it to the help documentation if the user wants to know more, right? So, um, and also the keyboard help. So we just also give you some of the keyboard shortcuts. Some people are used to it, so this will N means new page, O means open page, Control S means save page. So a lot of things will be useful, right? And also view tips, mute tips, right? So this is a part of a user training experience, right? If the user wanted to know more stuff, they can go and learn it. So this is why I said the user engagement is very important. The way you build the software, uh, right, will decide whether the user will like your software or not. If you make it too geeky, too hard to find any information, the user will not like it. Then the adoption rate will be very low, right? Because users will find it very challenging, right? If they have to work on a software like they're dealing with the rocket science, then obviously it's gonna make their life very difficult, and they don't want to use the software. If you are an accountant, right, your main focus to help your customer with the accounting stuff rather than worrying about the complication of the software usage, right? Like, or for instance, if you're a doctor, right? I remember, I tell you one very simple example. It was, I used to live in Auckland back in the days, right, when I was a bit younger, um, very young, right? 12 years ago, right? I went to this GP. I think it was for I injured my back when I was training in a gym, so I wanted to go and show my back to say, hey, I got some kind of allergy, sorry, kind of pain, inflammation. Can you help me out? So normally, you go to physiotherapy, uh, and then GP said, all right. He said, I'll give you some kind of anti-inflammation pills. So his printer stopped working, right? And his software got jammed. He said to me, do you know how to fix it? And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, this bloody software giving me a nightmare. I hate to use it. I rather wish they had the old fashioned, notebook where you can write it. So there you go, that option rate out of the window, right? Because the software was clunky. And I said, can you show me the software? The software was so primitive looking, right? It would have written in, like someone converted a DOS product to Windows. That's how it looked like. No design and no help text anywhere. It was like sluggish and everything was slow, right? And even an IT person like me would not even dare to touch that. So that's why I said it's very important to, when you build a software, to keep user engagement in consideration, right? Um, so yeah, I'm sorry if you're hearing voice. My wife, she's just speaking in her own funny language. And Europeans, when they talk, right, they talk loud. No offense, right? When they talk way loud. Yeah. Either way, so I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday. Adios.